That's the end of our first panel. And because we've gone a little further along, and I'm told that we have to eat at 1 o'clock, I'd like to ask the jury to put their heads together, unless you've already discussed, 2 people to make some brief remarks. It's okay to powwow.
If we think about the society we live in, that concept of normal is so, upside down, right? And, see, I can really understand how Wall Street bankers and, so many politicians do what they do out of greed and malice and narrow self-interest. But the thing that really has me worried, but the thing that also gives me hope, is that, we need to what is it among ourselves, among our people, among our neighbors, that lets us fall into these patterns of thought that make it okay to marginalize people for being poor, for being incarcerated, for being women, and that, the transformation that is possible through just hearing stories, right? Like how can we not be transformed? And how can we not just break down our barriers and just embrace? So thank you.
Are we moved? Are we all moved? Sister Connie started us off with the very powerful words of Frederick Douglass. And he had said something else that I think we all have to think a whole lot about, that power concedes nothing without a struggle. It never has, and it never will. And I listened, and I listened, and I listened, and I wanted to listen some more. And I heard every speaker, all the testimony, affirm that it's up to us. It's up to us to transform. It's up to us to change, both internally as well as the world. Now, part of what our task is to listen to the wisdom in these testimonies. And the answers are there. The knowledge that we need is in this room. But we also know that there is a context for what we're hearing and what we're struggling against. It's not accidental that there is poverty both in this country and globally. Despite the lies, despite the ideology, it's not about us, that the people in this room and our ancestors and those who came before us produced the wealth of this country, continue to produce the wealth of this society. It is not accidental that it's not in our hands. We live in a society where the resources go to the very, very few, and the rest of us are thrown to the dust. And if we can understand this, if we can know that it's up to us, that we produce the resources and the wealth, then we have not only the wealth that is material, but the wealth that is spiritual, the knowledge that I heard so powerfully expressed. Then we have all that we need to do what we need to do to change this world and this society. When I saw what I think is one of the strongest women in the world have tears in her eyes, I knew we were doing the right thing, and we were in the right place today. Thank you.